Hi everybody. Now for those of you who are very comfortable with the IELTS exam format, you may want to skip this lecture, or if you've seen the task 2 video on an introduction to IELTS, then you can definitely skip this lecture also. But if you are not aware of, or if you're not comfortable with the exam format, this lecture is designed to show you how the exam is set up, its specific regulations and requirements, and what you can do with the exam in the future. So, what is IELTS first of all? Well, IELTS is an anagram which stands for International English Language Testing System. You put those letters together, you come up with IELTS. It is the world's most popular English language proficiency test. Over 2 million tests are taken every year, and this is a number which continues to grow. It assesses all of your English skills: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. And it is accepted by schools, universities, employers, and immigration authorities. Now, how is it structured? Here follows a quick walkthrough of the exam itself. Now, the exam is separated into 2 modules, and you get to choose which module you do. The academic module is more about universities, academic careers, and things like that, whereas the general training module is more for visa applications or non-academic careers. Make sure that you find out which module you are supposed to take by looking at the requirements of your institution, for example your university or employer. Now, the exam is separated, as I mentioned, into 4 sections: the listening, the reading, the writing, and the speaking. I would recommend pausing the video here to have a look through each of those sections in the middle of the screen there. But we're going to be focusing on the writing part in this video course. Now, the writing part is separated into 2 sections: section 1, task 1, and task 2. You have 1 hour for this part of the exam, and in task 1, which we're focusing on here, you are permitted 20 minutes, or you are advised to take 20 minutes on this part of the exam. There is a word count, minimum word count of 150 words in this part of the test as well. Now, there is a slight difference between the 2 modules, between the academic and the general training module, when it comes to the writing task 1 portion. So in the academic module, you are asked to describe a graph or diagram or a map or a process, whereas in the general training module, in task 1, you are asked to write a letter, perhaps an informal letter or a formal letter. So those are the 2 differences there. This video course is focusing on the academic module, so it will be talking about how you can respond to graph tasks, process tasks, map tasks, and so forth. There is no pass or fail in IELTS. You are graded in each component, and the average gives you your score. For example, if you get a band 6 in listening, a band 7 in reading, a band 6 in writing, and a band 7 in speaking, your overall score will be 6.5. Your IELTS scores are valid for 2 years after certification. If you know your CEFR score, this will be a good indicator of what current IELTS level you are currently at. So if you know that you're an upper intermediate user or a competent user, and that you're operating at a B2 level, you're likely to get somewhere between a 6, maybe a 6.5 in your IELTS exam. Now, how can these scores be used in your future? Well, if you get a 5.5 or a 6, you can usually gain entry to a university foundation course. If you want to do a bachelor's degree course, you usually need between a 6 and a 6.5. For a master's degree course, the score rises. you're looking more at around about a 7. And if you want to work in English-speaking countries in professions such as medicine, law, accounting or academic research, you're likely to need at least a band 7 and a lot of the time above this score. A lot of people want visas for Australia, and most of the time you're looking at least a band 7 in this regard as well. But regardless of the score, make sure that you look into the specific requirements requested by your employer or by your academic institution or by the government of the country you're trying to enter, so that you're aware of the score you need before you begin preparing for the exam. So this was just a quick walkthrough of the IELTS exam. I hope you found it useful, and I will see you in the next lecture.